Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual on Firstpost, where we get you the top 50 stories from around the world. I'm Alison Lagrange, coming to you live from Durban, South Africa. Let's begin. In our top stories, Lebanon's Hezbollah has launched over 50 rockets toward the Israeli-controlled Golan Heights. The Israeli army says it intercepted some of the rockets, while others landed near the town of Katzrin. At least one civilian has been reported injured in the attack. Hezbollah said that the attack was in response to an overnight Israeli strike in Lebanon that killed one person and injured 19 others. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has wrapped up his West Asia trip. His motive for the trip, brokering a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, still remains elusive. He again called on Hamas to accept the Gaza truce deal. Blinken warned that the U.S.-backed ceasefire proposal may be the last chance to bring an end to the Gaza war. Israeli forces carried out strikes in the Gazan city of Deir al-Balah. At least 6 Palestinians were killed in the attack. Dozens of others were wounded and were rushed to hospital. A total of 52 people have died in the latest round of the Israeli offensive in Gaza. Israel has said that it is determined to bring home all the hostages from Gaza. This comes after Israeli troops recovered 6 dead hostages from Gaza's Khan Yunis city yesterday. The Israeli army spokesperson promised to retrieve the remaining hostages in Gaza, dead or alive. At least 109 hostages are still believed to be in Gaza. Former U.S. President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle Obama rallied the Democratic National Convention in Chicago on day 2. The Obamas urged the nation to embrace Kamala Harris. Michelle Obama criticized Trump for his past racist attacks on them, and Barack Obama labeled the Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump a 78-year-old billionaire. Meanwhile, American billionaire Elon Musk has started a poll on his social media platform X. He is asking users who they will vote for in the 2024 presidential race. Musk has called a quote-unquote super unscientific poll. So far, the poll has attracted over 3.4 million responses, with a significant 75% of users favoring Trump over Harris. And Moscow's mayor says that Ukraine carried out one of its largest strikes in the city. At least 11 drones were reportedly heading toward the Russian capital. Russian air defense units downed all of them. The attack comes as Ukraine continues to push deep inside Russia's Kursk region. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has begun his 3-day state visit to Ukraine and Poland. Trying to find a solution to the Russia-Ukraine war will top his agenda. He will first land in Poland and then take a train journey to Ukraine on the 23rd of August. Meanwhile, massive protests have erupted in the city of Badlapur in the Indian state of Maharashtra. This is after the alleged sexual abuse of 2 minor kindergarten girls. According to reports, a local doctor confirmed injuries to one of the victim's genitals. The police have arrested a male employee from the school where the girls studied. Bangladesh's main opposition party, the BNP, has asked India to extradite the country's ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The BNP's Secretary General says that New Delhi should hand Sheikh Hasina over to Dhaka so she can face trial in the numerous cases against her. He claimed that Hasina is planning to suppress the revolution that led to her ouster. Sheikh Hasina resigned and then fled Bangladesh amid massive protests earlier this month. She has since taken refuge in India. The new interim government in Bangladesh has launched multiple cases against Sheikh Hasina. A bus carrying Pakistani pilgrims overturned in Iran, killing 28 people. The crash occurred on Tuesday night in Iran's Yazd province. The police reported that a defective braking system caused the accident. At least 23 passengers were injured. 7 of them are in a critical condition. The pilgrims were traveling from Sindh province in Pakistan to the city of Karbala in Iraq. And France will donate 100,000 Mpox vaccine doses internationally. The vaccines will be donated through the European Union. The World Health Organization declared Africa's Mpox surge an international health emergency recently. Meanwhile, the US will donate 50,000 doses to the Democratic Republic of Congo. The WHO has urged increased vaccine production and priority vaccination campaigns as multiple countries report Mpox cases. In climate news, experts say that the recent shipwreck of a luxury yacht off the coast of Sicily indicates that the Mediterranean Sea is becoming dangerous to sail in. One person died and 6 are still missing after a violent storm. The yacht had 22 people on board. Climatologists say that global warming is causing more violent storms at sea. They say that days before the shipwreck, the sea temperature around Sicily was almost 3 degrees higher than usual. In the Caribbean island of Puerto Rico, thousands of people have suffered power outages due to Hurricane Ernesto. The tropical storm battered the island a week ago, and local authorities have also warned of hot and humid conditions. Heavy rains have battered northeast China's Liaoning province. Incessant downpours have led to widespread flooding in the region. Local authorities have declared a level 4 emergency. Rescue teams have also been deployed to manage the crisis. Major Indian cities like Mumbai, Bengaluru and Chennai are grappling with floods. They have been triggered by heavy downpours. India plans to spend nearly $300 million over the next 2 years to tackle the situation. The country aims to create more drains and artificial lakes to mitigate floods and simultaneously conserve water. And Hurricane Beryl has caused severe flooding in the U.S. state of Vermont. The region was majorly affected from the 9th to the 11th of July. U.S. President Joe Biden has approved a major disaster declaration for the state of Vermont. This will make federal funding available to people affected by the hurricane. Firefighters are battling raging wildfires in Bolivia. Over 500 firefighters have been deployed in the Santa Cruz, Beni, and Pando regions. The wildfires in the country have devastated over 2 million hectares of land. And Greek authorities will provide compensation to households and businesses affected by the recent wildfire in the country. The wildfire began on the 11th of August. It burned 10,000 hectares of land near the Greek capital Athens. One woman died because of the blaze. At least 146 houses have been severely damaged. 31 businesses have been affected. Local authorities will offer up to $166,000 to the households and over $555,000 to the disrupted businesses. An Argentine court has ordered a 3-month suspension of deforestation in the country's northern Chaco province. Now, the step is being taken to prevent forest ecosystems from getting taken over by farmland. The order comes amid an investigation on private businesses and local officials profiting from illegal land clearance. On to business and tech news. A U.S. court has revived a class action lawsuit against Google. The case pertains to the tech giant collecting users' data to link Google accounts with Chrome browsers. The court said that users had not consented to data collection while browsing online. The lower court had dismissed the case back in 2022. This comes as Google earlier this year agreed to destroy billions of records of people who were tracked while using Chrome's incognito mode. Taiwan's semiconductor giant TSMC broke ground on its first European factory in Germany. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen attended the ceremony. TSMC is building an $11 billion plant in the city of Dresden. Germany will provide about $5.5 billion in financial support for the project. Artificial intelligence startup Anthropic has been hit with a class action lawsuit in the US. 3 authors have filed the case, accusing the firm of copyright infringement. The authors claim Anthropic used their books and other works to train its chatbot, Claude. Tech giants like Meta and OpenAI face similar lawsuits over their AI chatbots. Meanwhile, ChatGPT maker OpenAI has signed a content deal with American publisher Condé Nast. Now, the deal will allow the firm to use content from the Condé Nast brands such as Vogue and The New Yorker. OpenAI can display these contents in its products like ChatGPT and SearchGPT. OpenAI has signed similar deals with Time Magazine, The Financial Times, Axel, Springer, and other major media firms. European automaker Stellantis has said that it is committed to its planned investments in the US state of Illinois. However, it noted that the plan will be delayed. In a deal with its US workers, Stellantis agreed to build a battery plant and a truck factory last year. The workers' union is accusing the automaker of not standing by its commitment. The European Union has reduced the import tariff on Tesla cars built in China. The Elon Musk-owned electric car brand will face 9% import duties instead of the earlier 20%. The EU imposed a higher tariff on electric vehicles manufactured in China earlier this year. It accused the Chinese EV makers of benefiting from state subsidies. However, the European bloc has now lowered some of these tariffs based on the subsidies that EV firms receive. German car maker BMW is recalling over 720,000 cars in the US. The recall includes models like the X1 and X5, along with some Model 5 series sedans. Now, these cars are being recalled due to an issue with their electrical connectors. US road safety regulators say the electrical connectors are improperly sealed, which could lead to a short circuit. And plane maker Boeing has suspended flight testing of its new jet, the 777X. This comes after an issue was found with the aircraft's part that connects the engine to the fuselage. Now, Boeing first unveiled the 777X wide-body jet back in 2013. The plane maker has already received over 500 orders for the new jet, and this comes even as the aircraft is yet to receive commercial operation approval. And Warner Brothers Discovery announced plans to build a new studio in the U.S. city of Las Vegas. The firm says it could invest as much as $8.5 billion in the new studio if it receives tax incentives. The media giant has teamed up with the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and Puerto Development for the project. It will be set up on a 34-acre campus at the University of Nevada, and the facility will offer services for film and television production. American retailer Walmart is selling its stake in the Chinese e-commerce firm JD.com. The share sale is expected to help the firm raise up to $3.7 billion. Walmart first invested in JD.com in 2016, and now the retailer says it wants to focus on the business of its unit in China. And moving on to sports news, and we start with cricket. Report says India's Cricket Board's Secretary Jay Shah is set to become the chairman of the International Cricket Council. Shah's name was doing the rounds after Greg Barkley decided not to seek a third term. However, an official confirmation from Shah or the ICC is still pending. The nominations for ICC Chairman are due by the 27th of August. A 3-match test series between England and Sri Lanka began today. Today's match is being held at the Emirates Old Trafford Stadium in Manchester. England are without their captain Ben Stokes, who has been sidelined with an injury. Sri Lanka won the toss and opted to bat first. They started off on a shaky note, losing 3 wickets within the first 10 overs. And Bangladesh have appointed Farooq Ahmed as its new cricket board president. Nazmul Hasan, the previous president, resigned from his post during a board meeting in Dhaka. Ahmed captained the Bangladesh side in the 1994 ICC trophy. The development comes amid a turbulent cricket scenario in the country. The Women's T20 World Cup was moved out of Bangladesh due to the ongoing political unrest. The T20 Women's World Cup will be hosted by the UAE. It was initially supposed to be hosted by Bangladesh. The shift in venue was due to the political turmoil in Bangladesh in recent weeks. Multiple countries, including the ones participating in the tournament, have banned travel to Bangladesh. The Women's T20 World Cup is scheduled for the 3rd to the 20th of October. And now on to football news. The Professional Footballers Association Premier League Team of the Year for 2023-24 has been revealed. It honours the 11 top players. Arsenal had a record-breaking 5 players selected. Manchester City had 4, showcasing their recent dominance. Manchester City's Erling Haaland, the Golden Boot winner, was a standout choice for the team. Haaland was joined by teammates Rodri, Phil Foden and Kyle Walker. And Manchester City's Phil Foden has been crowned the Professional Footballers Association Player of the Year. This accolade follows the club's standout 2023-24 season. The England attacking midfielder was instrumental in Manchester City winning their 4th consecutive Premier League title. It was the first time an English men's team achieved this feat. The PFA Player of the Year award recognizes a player's exceptional contributions during a season. And French captain Kylian Mbappe is reportedly taking legal action against his former club, Paris Saint-Germain. The dispute arises from allegedly unpaid wages that PSG owes Mbappe. The player claims that PSG is yet to pay him $61.19 million, with bonuses totaling over $110 million. Reports say that Mbappe has appealed to the Professional Football League, or the LFP. And football great Thierry Henry has resigned as the coach of France's under-21 team. His contract was until next summer, but Henry decided to step down after a year of mentorship with the team. He led France to a silver medal at the Paris Olympics. In tennis news, world number 1 Jannik Sinner has been given a clean chit despite failing doping tests. The Italian had tested positive twice for a banned substance called clostebol. Now, this happened in March during the Indian Wells. The International Tennis Integrity Agency ruled Sinner inadvertently came into contact with the substance. In an exhibition celebrating Formula One opens on the 23rd of August at London's Excel Centre. It features 6 galleries filled with F1 memorabilia. The exhibition promises an immersive experience for visitors, and fans will get to use advanced simulators that make them feel like they are driving an actual F1 car. 7 legendary championship cars will also be on display, including Lewis Hamilton's and Max Verstappen's. And in entertainment news, according to reports, Taylor Swift's beau, Travis Kelce, might star as the lead actor in the upcoming action comedy Loose Cannons. He is currently in talks with the makers to explore the opportunity. And John Wick series director Chad Stahelski will produce the film. And internet personality Andrew Tate's house in Romania was raided by the police. This comes amid a probe against him, which includes allegations of human trafficking and intercourse with a minor. Dozens of police officers and forensic personnel were seen searching through his property. According to reports, Jennifer Lopez has officially filed for divorce from Ben Affleck. They are parting ways after 2 years of being married. She filed the documents in a Los Angeles County court. The document reportedly notes their day of separation as the 26th of April of this year. The season 4 of Emily in Paris debuted with nearly 20 million views on Netflix. The Lily Collins-led series premiered on the 15th of August worldwide. It is also currently a part of Netflix's top 10 shows. After music, Beyoncé is now on the path to rock the whiskey world. She has launched her own Japanese-styled whiskey brand called Sir Davis. It is named after her great-grandfather, Davis Hoke. She says that DNA. Late Swedish DJ Avicii's family donated his personal belongings for an auction. The proceeds will be used by the Avicii Foundation, which advocates for recognizing suicide as a global health crisis. Avicii passed away in 2018 at the age of 28 by suicide. 11 days after its release, the film It Ends With Us has entered the $100 million club in North America. The film stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni in the lead roles. And now the movie's global tally stands at $187 million. The romantic film was reportedly produced on a budget of around $25 million. Monsters, an upcoming series on Netflix, has set its premiere date. It will debut on the 19th of September. The true crime anthology series has been created by Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan. The makers are also releasing a teaser to give a glimpse of the real-life court case turned into a reel. And 80 articles written by J.K. Rowling on the intricacies of Harry Potter's wizarding universe have been turned into an audio series. The series, titled From the Wizarding Archive, will launch on the 29th of August. Over 100 actors were roped in to fill life into the text work with their voices. Streaming platform Netflix has launched a trailer for a video game titled Squid Game Unleashed. The multiplayer game will pit opponents against each other in twisted contests. The challenges in the game are inspired by those featured in the Netflix series Squid Games, and it will launch with Squid Game Season 2 on the 26th of December. And that's all in this episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Firstpost. From the